Guys, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. In the previous episode, after obtaining the first essence of nature, we took care of some stuff around the overworld, then entered the eastern suburbs and woods of winter where we tracked a strange woman in a hood to, this place. Let's see who these other hooded gentlemen have. Let's see what they have to say. Whoa! A temple fell into the East Plaza. My, what strange clothes. Where did you find them? Clearly this is nothing like anywhere we've been so far. Heading downward and around, yeah, a whole lot of lava, a whole lot of mountains. Yeah. If you can do the Subrosian dance well, you can get a boomerang. Suppose I should have said this before now before he spoiled it, but this place is called Subrosia. A realm hidden underneath Holodrum proper. So as you can see, it's quite a bit smaller than the main part of the overworld, but there's still a lot to explore here, and as you can see, it's very, very different. And apparently the inhabitants all wear cloaks, even though it's probably very hot down here. Must be lightweight, or maybe they're used to it. Who knows? They're very different people. They could feel things very differently. Grab items, hit switches, and stun beasts from far away. Boomerangs are so useful. Yeah, I know. And anyone who's played a Zelda game before can attest to that. Well, anyone who's played a Zelda game in which there is a boomerang. But, we don't have one yet. I'm quite busy. There are lots of good ore chunks at the temple in the east. Speaking of which, let's head off to the east. They keep talking about this temple. Could it be? Having rupees doesn't do you any good. You need ore chunks. Yes, ore chunks are actually the currency of Subrosia. There's one right there. You'll find blue ones worth 1, occasionally red ones worth 10. And so you'll need them to buy pretty much anything around here. You need a lot of good ore chunks around here. I suppose we'll keep that in mind. Not that we can really... Oh boy, look out! You see, this place has a lot of active volcanoes. I mean, what do you expect with all the magma around everywhere? And, well, we are underground. Pretty far underground. So yeah, be careful around these little mini volcanoes. They can erupt sometimes, and the rocks can and will hurt you. Oh, and you can also get hurt by stepping into the lava. Fortunately, it's only half a heart, and getting close to it doesn't hurt you at all, because, convection, what's that? What do you have to say? Digging around for ore chunks, digging down for more chunks. Okay, there goes an ember seed. Seen a few gaps in the walkways so far. We'll need a way to get over that eventually. Over here, dead end, but this looks very promising. What do we have here? You finally come. When the temple was buried, I thought perhaps you wouldn't come to see me. This Temple of Seasons is where we four spirits reside. I've waited a long time for you. Do you like spring? Or summer? Fall, perhaps? But no, you must love winter. Hit the Rod of Seasons and visit us who wait in each of the four corner towers. And this is where the Temple of Seasons wound up. Turns out Onox didn't get rid of it completely after all. In such a fortunate turn of events, we just so happened to find a portal down deep underground to where the temple ended up. Would have been a shame if it wound up in a layer higher or lower than where Subrosia was, huh? And so now, the Four Season Spirits lend us their aid for the first time and give us the Rod of Seasons. With the powers of the Season Spirits, it can change the seasons. And now we finally have the means to access this game's main gimmick. Well, not quite yet, because while we have the Rod of Seasons, we don't have power over any seasons just yet. Now bring the Rod of Seasons to us Season Spirits in the Four Towers. And that becomes our next objective. Oh, by the way, there's a little room hidden back here. It isn't really very important or relevant at the moment, but it will be at some point. So now we have the Rod of Seasons in tow. Yes, that's this game's main gimmick thing. You know, it's just like the Ocarina of Time in its game, or like all the masks in Majora's Masks, or Majora's Masks, there we go. Or the Wind Waker in its eponymous game, or the Wolf form in Twilight Princess. You know how this stuff goes. There's the Tower of Summer, but wouldn't you know it, the door's locked. So we can't get in there. Tower of Spring, oh well. The only way to access that's going to be through some passageway somewhere. But surely these other two must have a way in, right? Well, we're not getting to the Tower of Autumn with that in the way. The ore is all in chunks. That it is, buddy, that it is. Down here, wait a minute. The door to the Tower of Winter is open. Oh. Well, we're gonna need something. We're gonna need something to activate a switch from across that distance. Hey, wait! Didn't that one guy have a boomerang? But while we're at it, let's explore a little more, huh? There's still a little bit more Subrosia that we can access yet. So let's head up this perspective-defying staircase. Well, actually, it's not entirely true because this one actually set up at almost a true top-down view. You know, this rock face is even length in every direction, it's pretty much the only one in the entire game that is that way. I suppose because they needed the staircases they needed to have staircases coming up from multiple directions. So it's kind of cool that they thought of that. The dev team thought of everything in that case. I saw him. More locked doors. Well, looks like we won't be exploring the southern or southeastern part of Subrosia this time around. Off to the west here, another active volcano. Look out. Something south of there. Well, we're not getting across that. There's a house, though. What's this? Welcome to the Subrosian Smithy. We do the finest work in the land, but we take on only jobs that interest us. The two and back are masters of the trade. I'm just a manager. A Subrosian blacksmith, huh? A whole lot of shovels back there, too. All these unanswered questions. Another house? Yeah, if you notice, the houses in Subrosia actually have a unique theme, separate from the ones above ground. If you dig up the ground near here, you can get ore chunks. Some spots produce lots of ore chunks. Of course, we don't have anything to dig the ground either. Now, over here, and we're back. Full circle. But there is just a little more we still have yet to explore. As I crack my voice. Down here. What? Sorry if I stabbed you there, buddy. Volcanoes have been acting up lately because of the temple. Well, isn't that just great? Not only does Onox manage to screw up Holodrum, but by sending the Temple of Season down into Subrosia, he's screwing up Subrosia too. Hot Springs off to the west, Dance Hall immediately south though. Ah, what great lava! The lava bath is the best thing after practicing the Subrosian dance. Apparently these Subrosians are, they can sit in molten rock just fine. Strange creatures they are, but they seem pretty peaceful though. Cool guys. Down here is the Subrosian Dance Hall. Good dancers get a prize. We're about to practice. Would you like to dance with us? Yeah, sure, why not? Not like we got anything. Excuse me. Not like we got anything else to do here. Then join the circle. Need instructions? Well, it's our first time here, so sure. Try to copy what I do. On do, step right. You know, it does kind of sound like that. On da, step left. Sound is very distinct, and on D, hold a pose. Press A, basically. And so, it's basically just a game of Simon Says, or Simon, or, well, actually not quite. You see, it's less about memorizing them, and more about, well, you'll see. It gives you 3 inputs at a time, and you gotta perform them in beat. Mess up too much or run into one of your fellow dancers, and you'll have to start over. Boom, boom, boom. And if you notice, it has gotten a little faster over time, and it will continue to do so. See, it's not about memorizing a whole bunch of inputs so much as being able to memorize a short amount of them very quickly. I'm actually kind of surprised. Usually you end up pressing more, oh, I messed that up. Usually you end up having to go right far more than you go left, but I was actually going left the most often in that one. But let's try that again, shall we? And now let's join the circle. Need instructions? Not this time. Unfortunately, the dancer doesn't really follow the music in the background. It's kind of a shame. It's just a little off. Although, it does get faster as the dance commands get faster, just not at exactly the same rate. So close, it would have been really cool. Bum, bum. That wasn't nearly in tune. Just a little further. That wasn't even close. What am I doing? Triple A there. Boom, boom. And you're pretty good. You're our best dancer today. Here's your prize, a boomerang. And there we go. We needed one of those, didn't we? So with that in hand, well, you can do all the things a boomerang can do. You can, throw it, hit enemies, catch distant objects, and it'll come right back to you. But that's not all we can do at the Subterranean Dance Hall, because it's a full-fledged minigame. With a free entry, no less. Let's give it another try, shall we? Oh, crap. I just asked to show the instructions again. We're experiencing technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand by. Yeah, got it. Let's do this. It's gonna get a little harder from here on out. Harder enough that maybe I should be a little scarcer with my commentary. Doing good so far. Right, a left. Ah, that was right, wasn't it? Boom, boom. Okay. Apologies if this isn't quite the most entertaining. I swear things will pick up. I almost messed up there. But things would have picked up a little for you guys if it had, huh? Boom, boom, tsh. 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 There we go. Among our prizes, oh gosh, you see, there is a decent prize pool for this. You can also get, among other things, some more chunks and occasionally a ring. I actually don't know the tier range of the rings you can get from that minigame. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything about it. I tried, honestly, I tried, but I just couldn't pull it off. Am I just right? Almost. Unfortunately, he does kind of mix up his timing. One more try. Almost. Come on, I keep jumping the gun. One more, I swear. Got it, there we go. Well, close enough. So now with the boomerang in hand, we ought to be able to hit that switch, don't you think? So let's head down here. Through these sideways stairs on the wall that actually makes sense to have them. Interesting view. It's amazing how the Temple of Seasons fell down near perfectly and the lava just kind of cascaded around them and everything. It's a really cool visual effect. It is. Well, aside from those ruined columns, well, they're cool aesthetically. And so now we can use this boomerang to hit that switch, but actually, you can just toss a bomb over there. So, well, I'm not entirely sure if you can call that a sequence break or not. You do want the boomerang for other reasons. And there is a point where you're going to need it, although at that point you do have, there are other ways. I won't go into details, though. But at the very top of the Tower of Winter, which to be all honest, didn't look like much of a tower, and certainly didn't look like it had 3 floors in it outside. Thank you for coming, child of the crested hand. The spirit of winter has been waiting for you. Din is our dear friend. Now, let me bestow the power of the spirit of winter on the rod you hold. When you swing the rod from atop a stump, the seasons shall change. In winter, the waters freeze and the snows pile up. Visit the other 3 spirits, too. Please hurry to Din's aid. The Rod of Seasons has been blessed with a wintry chill. Climb atop a stump to call forth winter. And so now, the Rod of Seasons has its first season. Well, has been empowered with its first season. And so now, as you know... Oh, wait, Makadri has a message for us. So the item was actually the Rod of Seasons. New roads will surely open with its power. I dreamt of woods in the east. There may be an essence there. Link, can you go for me? As I was saying before the Maku Tree interrupted with some actually useful information. Now you know what those tree stumps are for. Well, that is, if you didn't know already. I mean, this game has been out for a long time now. If you stand atop a tree stump and swing the Rod of Seasons, that is how you change the season. And so, as you probably guessed by now, this is not the last time we'll be coming to Subterranean by a long shot. We'll be coming back here multiple times over the course of the game to obtain the other seasons. But now that we have the power of winter, we can head onward and take a look to see if we can find the second dungeon and obtain our second essence of nature. Next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, we're going to do just that. See you guys then, huh?